My name is Maren Jones, and I'm from Columbia, Missouri. I'm running for the Missouri State House of Representatives in House District 44. So House District 44 is the northeast part of Boone County, and that includes northeast Columbia, Sturgeon, Hallsville, and Centralia, and also includes southern Randolph County and Clark. So I lived in Columbia the last 18 years. I started here when I was going to college. I started when I was 17. And even though I'm a fourth generation Missouri resident, I didn't grow up in Missouri originally, other than spending time with my grandparents who lived in Jeff City, because my dad was in the military. And so we lived all across the country and even in Germany for a couple of years. So I started college at the University of Missouri when I was 17. And I went there for undergraduate, my graduate degree in biology, and my doctorate in veterinary medicine when I graduated in 2011. Once I graduated, I started my own house call practice here in central Missouri. And so I see dogs, cats, some exotics, and some sheep and goats, and even some backyard chicken flocks here around the central Missouri area. And I decided I wanted to run as a Democrat because I wanted to get dark money out of politics. That's a strong part of my platform, as well as because of my training as a scientist. I want to bring that training to the state capitol so that we can have a science-oriented policy making. So we're talking about science education, healthcare, agriculture, infrastructure. Those all have to do with science, and I want to be able to bring my perspective. So some of my issues on my platform I wanted to talk about is, of course, healthcare is a big one. So I am a strong proponent of having a universal single payer system that we need to eventually expand to, because there is no reason why we as Americans, we're the wealthiest country in the whole world, yet we pay twice as much money per capita as any other nation on earth, basically, that's developed, and we get worse healthcare outcomes. So that's not okay. We need to change that. I'm a strong proponent of our public education and our public schools. That's both K through 12 as well as higher education for our universities or colleges and our state trade schools. And so I think that's really important because in Missouri right now, with our budget deficits, schools and universities and colleges they're being asked to make these massive cuts in education, while the one percenters, the people in the state of Missouri that are making at least $300,000+ a year, they're getting more and more tax cuts and more tax breaks, and same thing for some of these corporations. And I don't think that's okay. I think we shouldn't have any more tax breaks for the 1% until we can fully fund education at the public level on all levels. I'm also a strong proponent of small business development. As a small business owner the last 7 years, I remember what it was like to get my small business going. And I think we need to, especially in more rural areas, give a lot more people access to the help that they need and the tools they need to become successful, because starting a small business is hard. But I also don't think you should necessarily need like an MBA level of education to be able to start a small business. If you want to start a nail salon or an auto body repair shop, or step into trying your hand at farming or what have you, I don't think that should be too terribly difficult. And I think at the state level, on the Small Business Development Center, we can do a better job of that, about reaching people here in central Missouri. So that's some items on my platform that are of interest to me. I hope you got to know me a little bit better, and I hope to get your vote for Dr. Maren Jones for House District 44 on November 6th.